when I talk about a naked guitar, I'm not being rude. There are times where you just want the sound of the guitar with no other instruments. I did an album two albums ago where it really was just acoustic and electric guitars, no other instruments. And what was really nice about it was the fact that they were so, when I say naked, I mean exposed. You could really hear every single nuance because I wasn't competing with a bass or a drums or anything. It was just the guitar. Well, I kind of love the sound of my guitars. I love the sound of my amps. How does one demonstrate that orally to the listener? And the answer wouldn't be to just use a 57 because I'm going to be light on my frequencies both in the very low end and in the very high end. So I'm going to introduce you, you probably know him already, to my very dear friend, favorite recording engineer, and partner in crime. Meet Wes Maebe.
Definitely.
Who is an absolute fixture on the British, actually European, international music recording scene. So here I am, again, having showed that, well, this is how I do mine. Now Wes is going to show how he do his.
Well, I love Elliott's Unidyne 57.
Thank you.
It is my favorite. So we'll probably end up with something like this at an angle if it needs to be a little dirtier, so it's on the edge of the cone where the cone distorts. If we need something clean, we might go in a little bit nearer the center, on axis, bit more like that. Mm-hmm. And that'll give us the grit. That'll give us the cut through. It'll give you the
exactly.
That was giving a nice like bass warmth that we won't get it out of that. So we're gonna add something, and today I've decided to bring out one of my new faves. I'll point it to the camera.
Kind of looks like a Neumann 67, doesn't it?
It looks like a 67. It's actually called a 67, made by Advanced Audio from Canada. Sounds
much
very
cheaper,
similar and much cheaper.
Again, we want you guys and girls in the studios, don't go breaking your piggy bank.
No.
You know, it's like there's a lot of stuff out there that does the job beautifully. You don't want to sacrifice anything, but you want to be clever with your money. Because at some point when you finish with your project, you're going to have to promote your project. You're going to need some money for that as well. This thing is an unbelievable sounding mic.
So yeah, lots of things we can do. If we want a nice open sound, if we have a cool sounding room, it could be way back here. And it just grab that openness of the amp because it's projecting out. We can grab that for nice and soft stuff and build some atmosphere around it. Always keep in mind that you're using two mics now, so you're going to have phase issues,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So there's going to be a phase problem between these two. Now, some people like phase problems. You know, if it works, if the sound works, don't worry about it. If it messes things up, and an easy way to check it is if you pan both left and right hard and you flip to mono and your guitar disappears, you're in trouble. Then you need to move something. Or if it's done, you've recorded it, there's no way back, you can use, you know, phase shifting tools like, I don't know, like the Little Labs box is one of the best ones because it's got delay and phase. You can just change the phase on the low or the high, so stuff like that can
or your
come and help
plugins. You got those plugins that you just flip phase. It's as always a piece of a recording desk module, right? So the cheapest, easiest one within Pro Tools is the single EQ one. Bang! You're not using a lot of CPU power.
No, you can go crazy and put up mics at the other end of the room. That would be cool too. Something that Elliott actually taught me, which I'm sure he's already yapped about, is this mad thing of miking the cab. you know, because if Elliott hits it quite heavily, this is vibrating, this is resonating, this is creating sound. So we found that it works. You know, just put something here, right about where the corners are, something like that. Sometimes what I tend to do is kind of put it a bit more sideways and oops, I'm gonna hold this, and change the pickup pattern to a figure of 8. So it's actually picking up from here and from here. It's having a dead spot here, so it's creating a bit more ambience. Or we could do it like that again on figure of 8. It's picking up that, it's picking up some reflections from the ceiling, but nothing from around. That's also a cool thing to do. Always keep checking the phase. And then one that only works, well, not only works, but works best with an open back amp. This has got an open back, so I can stick my hand against the speaker here. Is to, this is going to be difficult. There we go. Just going to take this away. Take it out of the equation. Right, is actually mic this thing from the back. So we've got a mic on the front, got a mic on the back, getting the direct sound from the speaker moving the other way. So main thing here is to flip the phase to begin with, because these are now 180 degrees out of phase. But it's an amazing sound. You stick your head behind an amp when it's playing flat out, it sounds really great. And I think it was Jeff Emmerich?
That's who it
Jeff
was.
Emmerich who did it first. And then we tried it at rack on an old Fender
Super
concert.
Concert, that's right.
Amazing sound. And you know, usually a nice large diaphragm mic behind there, and it rocks, really rocks.